Good morning, church family. My name is David Russo, and we are looking to our daily hope today out of Proverbs 23. We're going to see today that there are three areas of our life that, if we look at them only through a short-term lens or a short-sighted view, that they're going to come back to bite us. And so by the end of this little time together, I want us to see that all of our lives have to have both a short-sighted view and a long-sighted view. We have to have short-range vision and long-range vision. And the three areas that this proverb is warning us against only having a short-sighted view are affluence, alcohol, and affairs. So when we look at these three areas only through a short-term lens, we're going to see that that wisdom would show us that we're going to set ourselves up for some damage. So first, affluence. Verse 4 and 5, it says, "Do not overwork to be rich. Because of your own understanding, cease. Will you set your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle towards heaven." So we see here the first warning is against seeking affluence to the detriment of everything else. So when you make it your short-term view of only pursuing wealth, only pursuing getting ahead in your financial standing, that you're actually not taking into consider a long enough range view of life. Saying that one day, do you want to be like the pharaohs who were buried in their tombs underneath the pyramids with all of their wealth, and they left it all behind? You're not thinking long enough about what a meaningful life truly is. You're having a short-term view on affluence. Secondly is alcohol. So verse 20 and 21, it says, "Do not mix with winebibbers or with gluttonous eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man with rags." So we see here again a short-sighted view pursues the instant gratification of food and drink to the detriment of, in this case, wealth. It's saying you're actually going to set yourself up for financial instability because you're not thinking far enough ahead. You're thinking too short-sighted on the food and the drink that's right in front of you to the detriment of a long-range view of your life. And then thirdly is affairs. So 26, 27, 28, it says, "My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a harlot is a deep pit, and a seductress is a narrow well. She also lies in wait as for a victim, and increases the unfaithful among men." So thirdly, here we see that a short-sighted view of sexual temptation is confining your life. It's going down into like a narrow well. It's a deep pit. It's something that's attractive from the outside, but is going to confine you and constrain you. Whereas a long-range view of a healthy marriage, if you're in a marriage, or a healthy marriage to Christ, if you're single, both of those can feel like constraint in the short term, but they actually lead to a fuller, wider, more opened life. So when you look at them through a long and short range view, you see that true committed relationships actually have the most freedom. They have the most pleasure. They have the most enjoyment and fulfillment. And the balance between this far-sightedness and this nearsightedness, I think, comes in Proverbs 23, most clearly in 17 and 18, where it says, "Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord all the day. For surely there is a hereafter, and your hope will not be cut off." So he's saying when you're seeing these potential attractive detours of life, when you see the call of affluence, when you feel the pull, the tug to seeking wealth to the detriment of everything else in your life, when you feel the pull to the instant gratification of a night of binge drinking or eating, when you're feeling the pull to that seemingly attractive affair to the detriment of a long committed relationship with your husband or wife, or if you're single, with Christ himself, remember the hereafter. He says, surely there is a hereafter, and your hope will not be cut off. And so he says it's almost like if you've ever fired a gun, you know that there's a rear and a front sight on an iron sight. So you have to align the two. You have to get the far sight and the near sight aligned together to shoot straight. If you're only using the near sights, you have nothing to anchor it in the far sight. And so when we have a far reaching vision of our life, when we look to the hereafter, when we look to our final reward of being completely united with our brothers and sisters, completely united with Christ, our life comes back into alignment, and the short-term goals find their proper place again when they're realigned with the hereafter. And I hope that encourages you today. Be blessed with our faith in Jesus. Be blessed with our hope in him, and be blessed by his great love for us.